Hodge Samson, and we really appreciate for finally you did honor our invitation to Fibeco Studio Production here in Florence. Thank you so much. We didn't waste too much of your time coming to our studio. We're just curious to know if you picked up something interesting in our studio looking at. What are you looking at?
Well, I something attracted my attention, and that seems to be the map of the world. And I decided to look into the continent Africa.
Oh, wow.
Specifically, I picked Nigeria. It struck my mind.
Oh, that's true. We know you come from Nigeria, from what we've read about your resume. And we happen to know, not that we happen to know, we really know that you are the president, the actual president of the Nigerian community in Modena. Is that right?
You're right.
Okay, thank you so much. And in the entertaining business, we do know that you've done so much to the entertaining world in Italy. You've invited so many artists. And can you just tell us a little bit, who are you? How come you, just tell us a little bit, who are you actually, Hodge?
Thank you, Mr. Interview. It's nothing to say so much about, but the simple thing about me is that I'm a Nigerian and I represent Nigeria. And coming from a humble background, I've always had the passion to serve the people. Considering from my younger days, my school days, up to the house, I finished from the higher institution and found myself in Europe.
Okay, so taking part in the diaspora war, the rat race, let's put it that way.
So to say.
Okay, thank you so much. And there's another curious question which we know that is going on right now. Can you tell us a little bit, what is going on with the Nigerians here in Italy? What is really going on? Are we like a lost country? What is going on?
Well, I wouldn't say like we're a lost country. The problem with Nigerians living overseas and back at home equally, but let me be specific about ones overseas. It's said that where you have spent over 10 years of your life, your information, your data is supposed to be there, and your life is supposed to be there. Something is supposed to be influencing you as to give back home. The point is that our leaders, so to say, here have not, devoted their time to understand they need to harness the proper resources Nigeria have here. And considering that we've answered the name in the past like Giant of Africa, we have all the potentials, but it's like we lost focus. And that is what we are trying to bring back to its basics again. A kind of making a U-turn and rebrand this Nigeria that has so much been defamated for too long.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I think this is going to be an easy task, and we do know that presently there is a kind of reshuffle that is going to happen with the. You call it none? Is it none? You call it that? Is it
UNAI?
UNAI. You call it UNAI. UNAI. UNAI means United
National Union of All Nigerians in Italy.
Okay, that's fantastic. That maybe it appears that the same UNA has been sleeping for too long, that there is young people right now advocating, the new generation now advocating for a change. Is that true?
Of course, all right.
Okay. Why is it change? Why are you calling for a change?
Well, the change goes down to what you're seeing today. If you look at the world around, you find out the United States, Obama came out with a campaign, there will be change, and the yes you can. This yes you can has so much spread and is giving rise to Arab Spring. And the change we are looking forward in Italy also is this type of change, a change with different ideology, with mission and vision.
Okay. Anyway, this is, I think it's a clear message to, do you think the Nigerians in Italy are really prepared to have this change? If they like be sleeping, nobody has woken them up for the past years. You think this reshuffle of the executive of the NAM, and what we learned is that you having a meeting very soon somewhere there in Venice. I don't know if you can enlighten us a little bit more about this meeting and what it's all about.
The meeting so far is to put up the final touches to how the election should be done proper come April 25th as already agreed on. But there are certain things that remain unclear. Unclear in the sense that the consciousness of people who clamor for change has not really looked into some of these backdrops of how you gather the people around there. So it is quite a slow development that has been going on for a while now. But all the same, since the interest, the main objective is for the change, we look forward to see that this change will be done and done earnestly by these Nigerians who clamor for it.
Okay, thank you so much. There's another funny thing we want to ask you. Don't laugh about it. Now, with all you've been able to contribute to the Nigerian society here in this country, okay, with all your education, with all your, how do I call it, the way your radicalism towards being a Nigerian for a change, we do know or we learn that you want to be one of the contenders. Are you sure you really can make a change?
Well, I am optimistic. I've never been somebody who, would I say, been dismayed or in fact discouraged from not following my instincts. And above all, I believe in God. One of the true things that I promise Nigerians is that I am not going to be the total change, but I am going to be the part of that change and spark the brain that will make the total change. This, I promise, this I will do.
Okay, we're really very happy to hear this words. It's a very encouraging word. And as you know, it's like politics, It's like when you promise your people that if you choose me to be your leader or to be your president, I have certain things, in my mind, certain projects which I would like to convey for a change. Mr. Sampson, can you please tell us in the studio if you have a program already stipulated in which you would like to maybe enlighten us as those listening to you or to Nigerians in entire Nigerians in Italy? What change you would like to make? Do you have programs already set up in your mind or what?
Yes, of course. I would like to personally convey this message to the viewers who will be listening to this. I don't think it's like asking you're going to a farm without the farm tools. It simply means you don't know what you're going to do.
That's true. I agree with you.
I have a lot of programs, and I want to sincerely make it known that sometimes our politicians have said so many things and done less. I want to, say little and do more. There are programs, of course, lined out. First of all, you look at the reformations that are supposed to go on in Nunai. We start from the in-house reformation. Reformation in the sense to give the proper union what it deserves. And that is having most of the departments that are supposed to be functional to come back. Then also reach out to the reconciliation of Nigerians who felt like they have been disgruntled or they have been sidelined or have felt, are not being part of the ongoing process, calling them to make this effort to bring them back, listen to them. Then on this idea we can build on so many other projects. There are enormous projects to do. I tell you, one of the projects that Nigerian Nunai, like we have it, is a pressure group. A pressure group stands for a lot of things, for the welfare, the aggregation, and the interest articulation of its people. One of the cardinal points is to make sure that the welfare of our people is articulated in one table, discussed, and forwarded to the channels that needs to listen to these problems and give attention to that.
Okay. That's very interesting. Is there something in particular you like to really go into as soon as? Because we do hope that with your determination, you become the next upper hand president to lead Nunai. Do you have something you have in mind for a change as you get into power that you like to tell the Nigerians here in this country? Thank you.
Of course, first and foremost, I have never seen myself as president or leader. I've always seen myself as a servant. I serve the community. And on that principle, I have built everything I have done. One of the issues to go on is to consider and give an open door policy to everyone and sundry. Then look at the executives that has been constituted with me or elected with me to work for the benefit or the interest of Nigerians here. Give them the respect they deserve, follow protocols, and look into the constitution that binds us together. For the past time now, the constitution has not been looked into. You look into the constitution and build up a constitution that will subsequent usher in a better way of administration, and also for the learners who are coming up to build up their political aspirations in their country, because all these things we are doing are learning process that can enable us plow it back to Nigeria, where we can help the ongoing effort to bring back Nigeria's glory to its standard.
Oh, fantastic, fantastic. Thank you so much. For now, there's something curious from our own part as interviewer. Just to ask you, now, if you think of the new generation of the Nigerians in this country, with respect, I know that so many of them don't even know what Nuna is. Could you please, in your own simple word, explain to these people, this new generation, what Nuna is? Thank you.
Thank you very much. You made a very sensitive point, which forms part of the manifesto, like I said, which I didn't want to enumerate so many things, but one of the first, I think, the cardinal point we want to face is the second generation. We have come to this country some years back now, 20, 25, 30 years ago. We're not thinking of having children, but after 20, 25, 30 years, we've started having children. Now, one of the main focus should be to bring this young generation to the consciousness to find out even what is the origin of where they come from. What is it all about? Finding themselves born as immigrants in a foreign land where they were even born. So it is so much a responsibility that we're saddled with to throw awareness. And like they say, media is the soul of every country, every organization. We will make every effort to inculcate the media to be able to disseminate this information when, as and when due, and at the right places without fear or favor. At the same time, not adulterating things, making things real as they appear to be. Some people try to talk of diplomacy. Sometimes you don't understand the diplomacy, sometimes it can fail you in some aspect. But the reality is the truth to everything you want to do. If you sincerely believe that you truly, have confidence that these are the future of tomorrow, this generation are the same tomorrow you are thinking about. Endeavor, parents, teachers, whatever endeavor you are involved in, take time to give these children concern, because if we lose them tomorrow, we will be held responsible. So they are my baby, and there I will stand first to make sure that my aspirations are met.
Yeah, thank you so much. This is wonderful, wonderful reply. So you Nigerians, new generation, diaspora, world and everything, you have what Samson has said. And get prepared as soon as he becomes the leader. He says he's not going to be a leader or a president either, but a servant to serve to all Nigerians in this country. So, and there is the last question, which most probably, I don't know how much you must have gone through the internet or the publicity going on. A Nigerian fame who lives in Italy, his film titled Ben Cross has been nominated to the African Movie Academy Award coming up soon in Nigeria in Lagos. What do you have to say about that? From what I saw, there were 4 nominees and Italy is in there. Tell us a little bit about it.
This is to show you what is in the offings for Africans, Nigeria in particular. Many of us have lost hope in the word Nigeria, but I tell you, this is just the beginning of the success. If you remember, this is the end of a beginning with a new beginning. Italy in Nigeria has come to prove otherwise, that we can also do it. If you can do it, we can do it. And this film that is coming up gives a testimony of a Nigerian ambassador who is out here making every effort through the media, through the stage, to explain the need for all of us to unite and have that formidable force. Because a house divided amongst itself, how can it stand? So therefore, we need to encourage people in that area of service, bring them in, because they have a role to play equally in the orientation, the changing the minds of the people, that they can explore and, take advantage of certain industry and become who they are. It is not always the business as usual. What you hear about Nigerians, our women, our stores are being maltreated, are being taken advantage, and believe that this is the only way they have. There are so many other ways. This professional should be given a kudos. It is not only that his film was nominated. Nigerian Union in Italy should celebrate this man, and I implore the Nigerian embassy to be able to create a framework, which I think one of the Nigerians is coming up with an image award coming up very soon. If eventually goes well, I would like this particular individual to be acknowledged, accorded the respect, for he has done marvelously well.
Thank you so much, Samson. We really appreciate your explanation so far. We really appreciate you coming to our studio all the way down here in Florence, to the Feedback studio. And we're looking forward to hearing your big success very soon. And after that, we hope you find some time to visit us again in the studio. Thank you so much.
And don't forget, before you go, that also on the 20th of March, 20th of May this year, there will be a music concert of all artists. And these artists are all Nigerian, featuring in Radio Emilia. It will be bomb. It's going to be explosive. This is another area for you who are watching it today to come over. Log in to the Facebook, Jeff the Bomb, you will get in touch. Or Sam Hodge, you will log in. And make sure you come there if you have anything to show. We're looking forward to see Fido Dial, one of the greatest of all time that we're listening to by air. We look forward to seeing that. Thank you, and God bless you as we move on.
Okay, thank you, Samson, and thank you so much. Have a nice day. Bye.